Hello again YouTube, and today's episode, I think 15 of our No Man's Sky Let's Play series, and we've been doing quite a few videos lately just on bits and pieces, and especially the latest thing, which was the first ever community event for No Man's Sky. Now, if you don't know much about the community event or you missed my last video, I recommend you check it out, and I'm going to pop a card up for you right now for you to click on that. And basically I go through exactly what the community event is all about, how to obtain yourself the first ever Quicksilver within the game, how to search for Hex Cores in order to hand that in for the Quicksilver, and what the exotic vendor actually has to offer. But today's video is just a really quick one, and that is of me handing in over 150 Hex Cores at a time in order to obtain everything that the exotic vendor has to offer. This glitch or bug was reported to me from Nightstorm in the comments of my last community event video, and basically it prevents him from being able to go further into the community event after he purchased all of the exotic vendor materials. So I do a little bit of research on that, and I test the theory to see if it was actually that caused the problem, and if it's a problem for myself and any other gamers out there as well. Without any further delay, let's jump straight into this one. Guys, I don't know what to say. This has taken me a really long time. This is the second time I've filled up my inventory space with Hex Cores. The Quicksilver community event has been really fun, but it's also been a lot of work, and you tend to find out some good tricks in how to find these buried technologies as fast as possible. And I suppose that I have gotten a lot better at it over the last 24 hours, and I really just wanted enough Quicksilver in order to get everything on the list for this week's event, so that I would have everything available, and I probably would have some leftover Quicksilver for the next event as well. There's no real massive cheating ways or anything like that in order to get your hands on this sort of stuff. It's just really about the grind. It's really about the grind. So now you guys are going to see me hand in all of this, and there is quite literally over 150, I think, something along those lines, and I'm sure someone's going to count it and probably correct me. But we're going to go straight out there. I'm going to make sure that, because this is important, I'm going to make sure community research is selected, which it is. Get out into space. Oh, what is this? Scan. Obviously get the, get the message. Talk to Polo, Specialist Polo, and we're going to select 50, I think at least 3 times. There should be more than 150 here. So obviously quite happy with it, and we're going to do that. It doesn't say anything about how much Quicksilver I'm getting, but I'm guessing it'll show that a little later. Let's give him another 50. Clicks their beak exuberantly, the sound of it echoing about the cockpit. They tell me they have transferred a gift to my accounts and that I might spend it on something fun. Well, I know that. I know that. So that's 2. Yep, so now we're up to 150 Hex Cores being handed in. Same thing as last time. Always benefit from further examples, which obviously they're saying continue on. And I only have enough for singles, so I might just hold on to those Hex Cores at the moment, so I can hand in bigger lots. 1250 Quicksilver. So obviously you get a lot more the first time you hand them in. That makes a lot of sense. That's the initial quest, the community event quest. I think I got 3,000 for the first lot, so it was obviously a lot more than I'm getting for this sort of transfer rate, because that first lot I handed in was only 25, I believe. So let's go into the anomaly, and you just have to mind the graphical glitching here. It doesn't my ship actually doesn't look like it fits at all, which is really weird and strange. We're going to go in here, and we're going to spend the rest. I'm going to pick up everything else on the list. Now, the other reason why I wanted to keep this recorded was because it's been reported on my last community event video for No Man's Sky that once you buy everything, the quest has the ability to disappear, and therefore you, I think, no longer have the ability to search for more cores. So, I mean, that could be a problem, especially if you want to farm ahead of the next week's event of the reset time. So let's just check it out. So this is our synthesis companion for Quicksilver. We're going to create exotic items out of Quicksilver. I've got 3,900 total, which means I can buy the stuff that's left. The bronze bulb statue, the silver, the bronze astronaut statue, and the silver for that. And that leaves me with 2,500 for the next event, which is pretty good. I'm fairly happy with that. Like I said, I've farmed quite a lot. Okay, so I originally farmed for the helmet. Actually, now that I think about it, I didn't get 3,000 for the first 25. I farmed extra to get to that 3,000, so I think it might have been 2,000. That makes more sense. 2,000, and then I farmed for the extra 1,000, which took way longer than expected. And then I was figuring out faster ways of farming. I was sort of just landing my ship in, launching my ship, going further forward, landing my ship again, and just going for whatever was close. And that was a lot faster to me. That was one of the fastest methods, and I continued to do this. I filled up my inventory completely twice, just like you saw, and now I am left with 5 hex cores total. 5. So it looks like I had 155 hex cores, and that's obviously a lot of work for the amount of Quicksilver I was getting. I suppose it depends on if you want everything that they have to offer. Crafting those statues is obviously not important. Having those decals is obviously not important. If I talk to him, there's obviously nothing left over for me to buy, and I should be done until the reset happens, which I'm assuming is based on the timer on the event. It just says week 1 of 8, so there's 8 weeks. So I'm guessing this goes for an entire week. It's been a couple of days now at least, so this will reset quite soon. Well, 4 days or something. And yeah, I mean, even though it looks like I'm not having any problems continuing the mission, so I don't know what was reported there. It might be just a glitch for that one particular person. So I were able to fix it, dude, but mine seems to still be working. I'm going to just go out into the sky now and go into space. I'm going to hit the scan one more time. And yeah, he's still hollering me. He's still messaging. He wants to talk, and I'm still able to hand in Hex Cores. So the problem hasn't occurred for me. I don't know what to say, except I hope they fix it for you, man, or I hope you're able to fix it yourself. Hopefully my advice was in some way helpful, but otherwise it looks like mine is still working, so sorry I can't help you. Well, I guess you could say that's it for me for this weekly event, and I will continue to wait for the next week to come out, where I guess the exotic vendor will probably have a new emote, a new piece of armor available, and probably some more items in terms of decals and base building is concerned as well. If you like today's video, as always, I'd love it if you could leave a thumbs up, click that bell button, and let me know in the comment section below if there was actually an issue in relations to your quest just disappearing on you, your weekly quest that is, and if the community event stopped working when you bought all of the items off the exotic vendor. Keep your eyes open for the next video coming up for No Man's Sky next. I am considering actually doing a video on a duping method that has been found without the use of refiners, just simply using your inventory space. I'm not sure if I really want to bring it out. There's been some negativity around duping methods, but I also know that duping methods seem to be super popular, and if I find something, I really like to share it as well. So as always, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.